July 4th, 1997. Las Vegas lights up as a slot machine erupts with $3.7 million. Cameras flash, tourists cheer, and security rushes over. Everyone is watching the machine. But not everyone is watching the jackpot. A few steps back, one man watches the exits instead. His name is Dennis Nickrash. For over 20 years, he took millions from slot machines. Not with luck, but with precision. 10 minutes earlier, on the opposite side of the casino floor, the same thing happened. Another slot machine erupted. Another $1 million win. Security thought it was impossible. The odds were 1 in 847 billion. Surveillance replays the footage frame by frame. The wins look clean. The players look lucky. But 3 people near each machine never look at the jackpot. Not once. They're watching the exits. The casinos don't know it yet, but they've been dealing with a ghost. His name is Dennis Nickrash. And this night wasn't luck. It was the end game of a method perfected over decades. To understand how he did it, you have to go back. Chicago, 1961. A 20-year-old Dennis McAndrew sits in a windowless interrogation room, staring at a yellow legal pad. Dennis serves 10 years in Stateville. Locked behind bars, he studies patterns, discipline, and patience. By the time he walks out, he's no longer just a thief. He's a strategist. Released in 1971, Dennis drives into Las Vegas with only a suitcase and his old Oldsmobile. The neon lights reflect possibilities. Every coin, every slot, every lock is a puzzle waiting to be solved. Dennis rents a small studio apartment. A used slot machine sits on a table. He disassembles it piece by piece, reels, circuits, locks, turning it into a puzzle he can master. He tests locks, times alarms, and memorizes floor layouts. Muscle memory replaces thought. Every action rehearsed, every move invisible. In the Stardust Casino, 1976, Dennis makes his first real play. Lock-picked, alarm disabled, reels aligned, lights flash, coins pour. 15 seconds of work, $900 richer. Nobody notices. He hits 3 more casinos before dawn. Every Tuesday through Thursday, 200 a.m. to 5 a.m., rotating floors, never repeating a machine. Skill becomes routine. Routine becomes fortune. Dennis discovers neodymium magnets can manipulate reels without opening machines. Mechanical skill evolves into subtle, invisible power. Casinos upgrade, but he's already ahead. Every casino has its personality. Camera positions, guard rotations, machine models. Dennis maps them all, memorizes every serial number and vulnerability. Information becomes his currency. By 1991, mechanical slots are gone. Dennis needs someone who understands computers. Eugene Bulgarino, an old cellmate, owns a repair shop and runs covert sportsbook operations. He's perfect. Together, they reverse engineer IGT machines. Eugene writes code, Dennis handles the hardware. The EPOM chip forces the machine to hit maximum payout for 60 seconds, then erases itself. December 3rd, 1995. The rigged machine works perfectly. 17 jackpots in a row. Every pull is now controlled. They need people to claim the wins. Dennis assembles a team. Each member has a role. Lookouts, blockers, claimers. Everyone is vetted. Loyalty above all. 12 people, 12 roles. Perfect timing. They run drills like military exercises, entrances, exits, camera blind spots, claimers' reactions. Every motion, practiced until automatic. Mistakes are deadly. Spring 1996. The crew hits multiple casinos. Luxor, Treasure Island, Hara, Rio. Each jackpot timed, each payout claimed. By January 1997, $6.3 million stolen. Dennis invests cash in Spanish Trail. Luxury is quiet, attention is deadly. Eugene launders the rest through legitimate businesses. The empire grows, invisible. But 12 people, 12 stakes, 12 egos. Resentment grows. Patricia Land feels her 3% isn't enough. The empire's cracks begin forming before the final $3.7 million heist. July 3, 1997. Dennis calls one last job. The Miabu Progressive is at $3.7 million. Everyone knows this is the grand finale. Stakes are higher, tension thicker. July 4th, 1997. Fireworks explode outside. Inside the casino, the crew executes flawlessly. Dennis installs the chip. Lookouts stand ready. Claimers act surprised. $3.7 million hits exactly as planned. While Dennis counts the haul in his mansion, Patricia sits outside the FBI office, weighing revenge. Trust fractures even in the midst of success. November 18th, 1997. Patricia walks into the FBI Las Vegas field office. She doesn't want immunity. She wants Dennis Nickrash in prison. The FBI pulls footage from 12 casinos. Same faces hit jackpots repeatedly. Patterns emerge. Dennis's careful anonymity begins to crack. Video alone isn't enough. FBI needs chips, tools, a confession. Eugene Bulgarino is first approached, charged with unrelated crimes, and agrees to cooperate. June 1st, 1998. Dennis invites Eugene to dinner at his mansion. Eugene secretly records every word. Dennis details dates, casinos, and the next big heist. June 3rd, 1998. FBI surrounds Dennis's mansion. The battering ram splinters the door. Dennis reaches for his notebook, not a weapon. Agents find slot machines, chips, and blueprints. Patricia and 9 others are in custody, Eugene in protective custody. Dennis must now decide, cooperate fully or face decades behind bars. Dennis explains every vulnerability to casino officials. He picks locks in seconds, demonstrates EPOM chips, and details methods. Casinos spend $300 million upgrading security. January 15th, 1999. Dennis enters federal prison. He's banned from every Nevada casino for life. The empire is gone, but the legend remains. 6 months after his arrest, the Mibu at MGM Grand hits for $21.3 million. One pull, an elderly woman, pure luck. Dennis never trusted luck. The universe proves it anyway. Dennis dies in 2010. Taking secrets to the grave. FBI estimates $16 million stolen, but he once hinted it was closer to $40 million. Vegas never forgets the man who stole in plain sight with precision.